into this race, I think I can distill it down to 2 words, and that's just unfinished business.
Mille Mille round 2. We've got new cars, we've got a new route, new format.
That tire doesn't look right.
What it comes down to is it's the greatest excuse ever to be able to talk trash for an entire year.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Holy.
All right, Mille Mille on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mille Mille!
Let's go! Let's go!
We're ready to roll, sir.
All breath. Okay, we're ready to roll.
Who's our sponsor? Ma'am.
Are we Stark Industries?
Yeah, we're Stark.
Let me get a little.
I just need it.
Let's do this.
Mic check, mic check. Check 1, 2. Check it to the wreck it. Let's begin. You recorded that.
Made the hard decision to go with the slower but more reliable Subaru Outback.
We went with the 1993 Lexus SC400, which is a 4-liter V8 engine.
The first impressions of their car is, I love it. I'm not gonna lie. That car is beautiful and it is so Mille. It is quintessential Mille.
That car f***s.
I was expecting not what I saw.
First impression of their car. It's awesome. If I were going to the Lilith Fair.
Who would have ever thought that somebody would lift a sports coupe?
Holy shit, this thing is over the top and crazy, but like beautiful in its elegance.
We must have struck some fear into their souls with our light bar from last year because they couldn't have put more light bars on that car.
Like, it's a 4-cylinder little Subaru with stock cheap Chinese tires and a snorkel. We're racing. We're racing. Come on, let's go.
Bro, this car is so sick. So happy. Bro, when you're driving this, are people like, what the fuck? I love it so much. Oh, oh, I actually fully love this car.
Dirt hill.
I love it so much. Holy shit. This car should not do this. Oh no! Battery cable has become skinny.
turned dead as
And just when I thought we had no chance,
And
Lexus
oh
turned.
my god!
This thing's straight up.
The Lexus terminals are not intended to be
It works great.
romped.
Oh my god! That was the first time you off-roaded it and you just decided to go full send over.
Oh. No,
Whoa, stop! Laura, can you come rescue us again?
First test run of the trip, and we're walking home.
So what's going on here?
Well, we killed it.
The most amazing part about this is a Ford is going to pull you home. That's
The irony is hilarious because last night we got the text at 11 p.m. from these two guys plus Jensen in his underwear saying,
Oh
we're stranded. And I was laughing. Oh, like, oh yeah. Do you need me to come pick you up? Ha ha ha. Here we are.
This is an emotional moment. We are in jeopardy of not having a race here.
So, predictions.
I will say this year's a little different. New rules, new format. A new exciting twist this year is the theme for the actual car categories.
This year, car category is pre-2000 Japanese.
Obviously, there's only one vehicle to choose from in terms of pre-2000 vehicles manufactured in Japan for under $1,500. There's really only one that comes to mind as a standout car, which is the Lexus SC400, clearly.
We've made the hard decision to go with the slower but more reliable Subaru Outback. So this year, it's about playing it a little bit more safe.
They are definitely going with one strategy, and I think that our strategy is a little bit more calculated.
We got a couple of tricks up our sleeve this year that we may not be the fastest, but we're gonna be the most clever.
We got the best thing for the category, unequivocally. They know what we bought. They know about the power, the speed, the performance, the braking, acceleration, the ability to overtake, and they know they can't match it.
So we've got all-wheel drive, we've got hopefully some fuel efficiency, we are definitely down on top speed, definitely down on power, on climbing power, on passing power. We have a serious power deficiency.
No, there are no disadvantages. This car is perfect in every single way.
We have zero margin for error. Like, we have got to play perfect race, think 4 steps ahead. It's like a chess game now. That's the only route we have to victory.
When this car goes, there's nothing on the road that's gonna catch it.
Going into it, the one thing that is new this year is the clock is running when we're getting gas. So the pit stop strategy, if you will, is one of our elements of strategy that we're taking into it. Is how do we minimize the amount of time we're stopped getting gas, increasing our gas capacity, decreasing the number of times we have to stop, and increasing the dependability of our car. Those are kind of the big 3 things for us coming into the race from a strategy.
How many minutes that would have?
So this is our second year doing the race. Obviously, we're feeling good about it coming in as champions of Mille Mille 1.
We've had to listen to Brian talk a lot of shit.
I mean, honestly, every single day I come into the office, I have to hear some joke, some sideways comment about Mille Mille 2020.
Well, I'd like to think that I've been humble in victory.
If you ain't first, you're last.
All I do is win, no matter what. And, I just like to remind them of that. It feels good to be winners, like it's just winning's awesome.
9 steps ahead of
Cards have been revealed. We now know what they have brought to the table. They know what we have brought to the table. From the moment Brian found out that we had a Subaru, some off-color jokes were made. I'm not gonna say what they are. It's a family program. It's gonna be speed versus reliability, and it's a true tortoise in the hare.
We're just gonna come in and we're gonna run our race, and we're gonna try to be as perfect as we can and execute our strategy. And I think there can be some similarities to the fable of the tortoise and hare.
The difference is in the fable, the hare took a nap. We're not taking a nap, we're full send.
How devastating is it gonna be to the number 10 Dynaco team if 2 guys wearing Birkenstocks beat them in a Subaru?
A little pit stop on our way up to the starting line in Jackson. CK's in the bathroom. Got access to their Subi. I just felt like they needed a few more stickers. So I'm gonna help them out. I'm gonna give them a few more stickers.
What?
What did you put on there?
What are you talking about?
What does it say? I can't read it backwards. It's something. Butters, cowboy butts. What does this say? What does it say? You mother. What does it say?
Cowboy butts drive me nuts.
I gotta tell you, these guys are so prepared. And I swear, every single time I turn around, there's a new little nugget that they've added to our Subaru.
New vinyl is being applied to our car at every single stop.
It's almost like a Where is Waldo puzzle now. Like, where do we have to look on this car to find the newest nugget that they've added to our car? It's our gift to them. They're not phasing me. I'm running the whole race with cowboy butts make me nuts.
I've owned a Subaru before. I wasn't really a big fan.
This one has horsepower and bolt power.
I think the tires on this one are gonna take it down.
Okay.
I think they're too big. I think the rear end's just gonna fall the out.
What were you saying about I-80?
I-80's a mother. The sheriffs or the highway patrol is just looking for somebody to pull over.
So about 4 days prior to our departure up into Wyoming, I got the word that our beloved Hops, who we all know from last year's race, played a significant role. Unfortunately got out again. Leading up to the race, I mean, CK exhausted every freaking expense he could with electric fences and walls around his house.
Hops got out of the yard and had a GPS collar on him, and so I knew immediately when he left the yard, it was alerted. And so immediately jumped into my vehicle and went to look for Hops.
I left the house a little bit late, and usually I go one way, and this morning I just happened to go the other way. And I pull up to a light that's by our house. And when I pull up and roll the window down, CK looks over and rolls his window down, and he says, I think Hops got out, and I think that's him.
Unfortunately, by the time that I got to him, he had been struck on the highway.
And I pull up to the vet, run in, pounding on the door. It's before they open, and they come out. And when I come back, CK had Hops in his lap, and he's like, he's gone. Yeah, it was a moment I won't ever forget. You know, we like to clown on each other, and we like to talk a lot of smack. But at the end of the day, we're all family. We're all great friends, and this one hurt for all of us. It was a tough one.
I was caught by surprise. Shane opens up the back trunk of Lex Luthor, and out comes these amazing, these beautiful stickers, and says for Hops, and it's the silhouette of Hops from a photo I had taken of him, and it was super kind. I'll definitely keep that sticker. Of all the stickers that are on the car, that's my favorite. So this year, definitely we're racing a bit for Hops, and we hope to bring home the gold medal for my buddy.
Yeah, this one's for Hops.
We're gonna put one on our car too because we wanted that sticker to be on the winning car also.
Dude, Brian has been nonstop for 2 days. 2 days.
All right, the secret weapon has been exposed. We now know what they think is their secret weapon.
We were allowed one official fill-up off the clock right before the race started. So the night before the race, we all got one free fill-up, just maxed it all the way up. And through this, as we're trying to conceal our 6.5 gallon fuel tank that we're leaving in the trunk, we're trying to keep that a secret. I noticed CK at the other pump down their way
filling up from the trunk. He had the back hatch lid open and he's filling up the back. I'm like, hold on. I worked my way over there and I discovered an accessory fuel tank that they were intending to deploy in this race.
Yeah, so they have an accessory fuel tank. That's fine. Good for them. They need all the help they can get.
I know you think you know what you got, but you don't know what we got. And right now, it's too late for you guys to pivot. There's nothing you can do about it except for lose sleep all night.
It's clever. It will definitely, save them some stops, but all things considered, their car, I think, is like 13.5 gallon tank to begin with, and ours is 23. They need more capacity to begin with, but I really think when it's all said and done, like all they're doing with their accessory fuel tank is bringing their car up to standard with what ours already has to begin with.
We've done some math and research. It's gonna be great.
Station wagon, not fast. Station wagon, not sexy. Station wagon for in-flight refueling, incredible.
Rubbing is racing and strategy is king. That's Mille Mille.
Yeah.
Race day, Jackson.
It's race day, day one, Mille Mille.
We're literally starting under the antler arch, the iconic antler arch in Jackson Square, right across the street from $1 Million Cowboy Bar.
Coming into this year, that pole position could matter a lot.
We're recording. All right, Mille Mille on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mille Mille. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Woo!
I wasn't saying that was the start. My hat. Let's go. Yeah, my hat barely fits.
First advantage. Seized!
Seized!
How you like that, Brian?
Well, it's early.
We're racing.
Here they come.
We're gaining on them. We gotta catch them now. Now we're in race mode.
We come over this hill and I see the silhouette of a black Yukon.
Yeah. We passed the cop.
The state trooper comes flying in the opposite direction of us.
We catch him. We get behind him, and there goes a cop.
We don't know who the trooper's gonna pull over.
One of us might be getting our first pullover of the trip. Let's see.
My initial reaction is just, is it them or is it us? Is it them or is it us?
Maybe the snorkel's what got him. Maybe the Longhorns is what got him. Getting in right behind us, and his light's going.
Looks like us.
Just like that, we're getting pulled over.
We get pulled over. 7 minutes into the race, like we're getting pulled over immediately.
This sucks.
I think it was the bullhorns, the Longhorns on the front that made them a sexier target than us.
Take off the hat. Vendettas probably don't help. Well, it looks like we're getting a 5-minute bonus.
5-minute time bonus regained for a speeding ticket.
If you do get pulled over, you do get a 5-minute bonus, and that's not to incentivize getting pulled over. It's just to kind of help with the pit stop.
What's going up, sir? We're using contract 82.
82?
Yeah, if you have your license, registration, insurance with you.
Our speedometer must be a little off because I didn't think we were going that fast.
After you put a 6-inch lift and 31.5-inch mud tires on a Lexus Sport Coupe where you had to cut open the fenders to make it all fit, your telemetry is off. Your speedometer doesn't work, your odometer doesn't work. We're traveling 20 to 22% faster than what the speedometer indicates. But yeah, we didn't know how fast we were going.
Mackenzie sees the number 10 car get pulled over, and at that point it's just pedal to the metal. Put as much distance between us and them.
Alright, Shane. I'm gonna give you a citation, okay? But I cut you quite a bit of brake.
I appreciate that.
I don't know if the hill got you too, but you're moving. So just be careful.
Bandana's back on. We're back on the road.
You've underestimated everything I've been through. I think you can't imagine all the things that I can do. I see you on the pedestal, you put yourself upon too. I'm a wild animal, you're too.
We get pulled over 2 times in a day. That may like totally make them gun shy about going fast.
Our speedometer is showing 65 and we're going 75. We're off by a smidge. But we haven't passed them, so they gotta be here. The question is, what is the gap? What's the gap we gotta make up?
Dude, that's the museum.
I'm not seeing much emotion from them.
We were thinking if they got pulled over, like best case scenario for us is that could be 30 or 45 minutes.
Sugar Shane was driving the wheels off that car. We made up some time.
I think 8.5 minutes had transpired, and they pulled in.
2:56, 53.
53.
8.5 minutes. 8.5 minus 5. 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes.
After all that, we come out with 3.5 minutes.
That's the gap. That's the
We knew after the time bonus that we had only eked out a 3.5 minute advantage, even after they had been pulled over 6 minutes into the race. We were not feeling real comfortable at that point.
switching drivers.
3.5 minutes is 210 seconds divided by 127 miles between here and Cheyenne. It's at 1.65 seconds per mile that we need to make up. So
We got the engineer.
easy peasy.
So leaving Sinclair, I'm not feeling great about our chances, but I'm going to drive the living piss out of this car.
Bruno is behind the wheel now, and I know he likes to send it.
Let's go. Come on, partner. I believe in you.
Now the speed limits in Wyoming, 80 miles an hour. This is our advantage. Advantage, Dynaco.
Let's go.
Alright, y'all. Getting a little low on gas. So I'm gonna figure out how to. Alright, let's get this thing in here. Nice and green, baby. I could dream. Got the gas filled up, baby. Another 3 gallons of fuel. Gas game's gonna start going up. We needed every bit of it.
We're in this little 4-banger, not running air conditioner, and we are adding fuel every second, and their fuel tank is going down. Our strategy is working perfectly.
We are trying to gauge how much fuel we need to get into Cheyenne, and we know we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it all the way to Cheyenne on our initial tank of gas. We realize we're going to have to employ our first splash and dash. And what we're going to do is hop out. We're going to fill up real quick on the side of the road. We don't have to actually exit. We don't have to find a gas pump. We can just get back on the highway as soon as we can, and we can get to Cheyenne without having a full pit stop. The 6.5 gallon tank didn't come with any sort of nozzle or any sort of mechanism to deploy that fuel.
Wind is making this hard.
It's not designed for this. That's not its purpose. The gas is going everywhere except the funnel. It's dripping and sheeting down the side of the car. If you follow that line, immediately below the back rear fender is
the muffler and the exhaust system. I do know enough about cars to know that exhaust temperature is coming off somewhere between 400 and 500 degrees. I call it. I'm like, no, this is not going to end well. I'm not prepared to watch this whole thing go up in flames.
This is not good. Honestly, it didn't even add that much gas.
We lost a lot of time on that splash and dash.
Oh, this is the light. The light just came back on. Oh my gosh! It just the empty light just came back on. We're still 87 miles from Cheyenne.
Then we're like, all right, we just got to go to like a real gas station.
You know, I think there's a saying, Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Your card reader wasn't working. Tried the pump behind us. That card reader wasn't working.
Nothing. Card not read, card error, card failure. Lost time, just lost time. We're not doing anything. Nothing's happening. It's just a total mess.
Well, the luck continues. Gotta freaking go inside to pay for gas. Are you kidding me? I don't get why people don't understand that we're in a race right now. We need to freaking hustle. It hits bad luck after bad luck.
Gosh.
Card reader doesn't work. Gotta go inside. Jeez. God, that couldn't have been a longer pit stop. So that hurt us. That hurt us for sure. We did not close that gap like we wanted to. Well, that couldn't have gone any worse. Any worse.
Between the two stops, we lost like another 14, 15 minutes. It was a perfect disaster. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong.
Here's the boot right there. Let's get this. Alright, ready? Get that picture, snap it.
I don't believe I pulled my foot off of the gas of that car for 3 hours. The car was running beautifully coming into Cheyenne. We've actually got a chance here.
Coming into Cheyenne right here. Well, we're coming in. We gotta take it. We gotta snap a picture on top of the boot this time. So we're gonna pull right up to it, hop out, snap that picture. I'm sure they've already got their picture. They're just waiting. They're grabbing a beer. They're feeling themselves right now. There's a boot. Oh yeah, right here. By the time we got to Cheyenne, we photo stamped ourselves at the boot.
I think we finished up with a deficit of 13 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, we were feeling like we had accomplished pretty good feat that first day. We held serve in a place and a stretch of the race that we certainly didn't have an advantage.
We need to be more efficient tomorrow.
Dude, Cheyenne's been great. Every bit of it.
Now it's time to race.
Now it's time to race.
Let's,
You're
Day
next.
2, we got a larger deficit to make up. The delta has been extended to 13 minutes, 45 seconds.
Ready? Hit it. Go.
They take off from our hotel and we just wait.
These guys left and they're on their way. They are
4 minutes left. 4 minutes left, so we gotta
we've been
wait.
sitting here for 10 minutes and it feels like an eternity.
They have to fill up. They're probably filling up right now.
You want to go to the gas station right here?
I feel like we should.
Yep. I don't know if we'll make it.
Wyoming is the least populated state in America, and it's one of the largest. There are very few places where you can get gas in Wyoming.
Pull to the front one. You get the back.
And there happens to be at the very front end of the gas station 2 open pumps right there.
We fill up everything. We fill up the tank of the Subaru, we fill up the external tank, and we also fill up our gas cans.
We execute a full gas fill up of all of our stuff in just under 5 minutes.
Let's go. How many minutes that would have? I don't know. 5 minutes? We're back on it, Mac. Let's go, baby! Woo!
2 more Phillips. That's all we need.
Yeah, correct.
2 more Phillips.
Yep.
But I think they're 2 more Phillips too, so then we just gotta feed them with speed.
4, 3, 2, 1, hit it!
There we go.
And we're off.
This car is slicing through the air, it's handling great, and we are making up time. We are hustling.
This is the longest stretch of the whole trip. It's wide open spaces, there is nobody out here, and we are just gunning this car.
Bruno is a madman behind this wheel. He pushes this car to its absolute limits. We don't even have a top speed record, and we beat our top speed record from last year. This year, we got an official timestamp of 116.
So we've been flying on these highways, so I feel confident that we are closing the gap speed-wise, but we are flying through gas, and we're not getting as far as we wish we were gonna get.
All this is a little bit of a guessing game, trying to understand our odometer's off, and our yellow light just clicked on.
And I said, you know what? Let's run out of gas. Like, let's do it, because then we can start defining some variables. We'll know our real range from when the fuel light goes on. We'll know how many gallons or, close to it, what we really have. And we'll take it as far as we possibly can. We'll maximize the fuel that we do have on board, and we'll get as many miles out of it as possible, and therefore minimize the number of stops that we need.
It's doing it empty. This is ballsy. Let's go. Oh, this is gonna happen. This is it.
Let's do it. Let's run out of gas.
Guess what? It's out. We just did it. It's out. It's out. Yeah, we're out. We're out of gas. We're out of gas. We got 30 miles on our yellow light. Wow. Well, now we know. Oh boy.
So we pull off the side of the highway, completely bone dry empty, and now we have a new gas can that we purchased at the last checkpoint in Cheyenne. And we got this new fancy nozzle. We're gonna be able to just pump this 4 gallons in, and we're gonna be on the road. Now we know our numbers.
Let's go. Now we have a real automotive gas tank with the nozzle and mechanism.
Filling up, but it's filling up slowly.
Oh my God, is it going slow? It is the slowest refill ever. It's painfully slow. Our first refueling risk of the morning of blowing ourselves up has been addressed by now the safest refueling mechanism in the world that emits probably 6 ounces of gas every minute. It's the slowest thing ever. It's awful.
We don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. And can just as long as get those 5 gallons into his tank as it would be to fill it up with all 23 gallons at a regular gas station. So that may end up being a chink in their armor. I guess we'll see.
7? No, 6.
Disaster again. More time lost, more pain, more heartbreak. Just disastrous stop after disastrous stop.
Put that screwdriver down there. Push that flap open.
Cut it close.
We forgot to take off the little safety cap at the bottom of it.
Everything that could go wrong does go wrong. Period.
I'm just killing your hopes of a repeat title.
Oh, listen to it go now. Something's gotta happen to them. Like, something is gonna get us back in this fight.
What? What? Spilled? Yes. How much?
Not too bad.
I got some wet wipies back there. Well.
220. That was 12 minutes.
Oh. Brutal.
That hurt.
12 minutes wasted for 4 gallons. We would have been better off just going to a pit stop and just filling up completely.
Car, when it's moving, is running perfect. Like, everything about the car is great. The second we pull over, the second we stop the car, everything goes to complete. It's awful. Terrible. Oh.
Every gap that we close, we completely negate it by our pit stops.
We actually hit a gas station. We actually refuel. We fill up the car. We fill up the tanks. The card reader does work. The actual pump is like the slowest gas pump in America. 1 gallon. 2 gallons. What is happening? How is this happening? Like everything is going wrong. This is a complete disaster.
We done? And that was so slow. Yeah. We can't go out this way. Turn right. First off-road adventure right here.
This is not how we drew it up.
Left here. Wow. We did not go out the right way. I didn't even
Tack on another 2 minutes. The reason why this hurts so bad is because the car is running beautifully.
Okay, coming up here, 15th Street is our next right. Right here. Oh, paddle hair right there. Get it, go.
We pull into Cody for lunch, and the minutes just start ticking by. Tick, tick, tick. 5 minutes goes by. Weird that they're not here. We expected them that they were going to pass us before we came into Cody.
I honestly don't. Use the restroom.
13 minutes go by.
Maybe. They could have had some sort of failure.
20 minutes go by, and now we're starting to worry. What could have happened?
Oh, here they are.
Oh, here they are. Here they are.
That was our picture.
They are defeated. I mean, Brian's face says it all.
Just wash my hands because it smells like gasoline again.
We cannot wait to hear what is going on in that car.
We literally just have to rely on you guys having something completely terrible go wrong.
We're licking our wounds when we show up at Cody. It's bad. We know it's bad.
I'm afraid to look at this. 4:40:09. 26:56. Damn. That's a big gap.
Hey, here's where it gets controversial, guys.
Now we're looking at the clock. I'm like, it's like pushing 6 o'clock in Cody.
So we all agreed in Cody that we were going to adjust the net delta so that way one team wasn't waiting too long at a checkpoint, the other team wasn't waiting too long at the previous checkpoint.
So let's take the 6:56. We'll give you guys a head start. You guys leave 6:56 earlier. That 20 minutes will be the starting point for, you know, how much of the net delta will carry forward. That way we can shrink the total duration, not only by 20 minutes, but 40 minutes today to get up and over the mountain pass and get us into Red Lodge, hopefully by dark.
We end up settling on just under 7 minutes. And the reason why Mackenzie and I are edging for 7 minutes is because we know we need to fill up.
You get the card. I'll get the gas lid.
I'll get the card.
Card was just declined.
CK and I, we like to have a good time, but we always know that the edge can be mitigated at any time, especially in North.
It's already not going well. Oh, I thought you told me to pull it right here. Considerably slower.
The only shred of hope, or the only like glimmering light, is that now we're going into a mountain pass.
Captain Cheyenne is behind the wheel and he is hustling.
This is by far the most technical driving part of the course.
Our advantage is straight line speed, uphill speed. Our advantage is not hairpin turns. Needless to say, Beartooth had a lot of hairpins.
That's rubbing the fender.
It's a $1,000 car. Who cares if it makes a little noise, it rattles a little bit. We are humming right now.
One-lane road ahead. About 2/3 of the way through the drive, and we come to an infamous one-way construction where they have a stoplight, wait for the pilot car.
Red light on the 1-lane road. No! This is where they're gonna catch us. Oh!
You're there. You're there.
Are we taking a picture or something?
Oh my god.
Take
oh my god. We're gonna let him in. They're gonna let us
Oh my god! Bro! We got caught in the one-way traffic!
Hey!
Yes!
The very car right in front of us is the .99 Subaru, and boom, we pull up and we have caught them.
This is the break we needed.
Yes.
We have a chance.
Finally, our prayers were answered. They hit the one thing that they couldn't hit to let us back into this race, and that was a one-way construction stop with a pilot car.
Winning.
Yes. We're
Oh, all your fancy fuel strategies.
And all of a sudden, Brian and Shane, like a light bulb goes on in their head, and they're like, hey, what time did we pull up here? Because the time's still going.
But hold on, we adjusted the delta. We actually were 27 or so minutes behind. So technically, we're still racing right now. We're still driving. So we can timestamp when you got to this stoplight, and then when we got to that stoplight, and then add on the extra time that we would still be racing in this moment.
I said when we get up there, 6:56, like we could have passed you. Of course. Yeah. Right. So if we passed you and then we beat you
by 2 minutes, then we take 8 off of 27.
This is the same exact thing, man.
You could
You're
have.
racing right now. You're racing and you're basically losing.
The clock's still running and they're not moving. So the total delta of the 20 minutes is eroding with every second that passes because we're on race time.
We're not agreeing to your craziness.
That's where the 6:56 was erased.
No, this is like not the way this is playing out. No, you guys don't get to count this time that we're sitting here.
The time gap is just shriveling down to 0. For all intents and purposes, we have caught them.
This whole time we're sitting at a standstill, the clock is rolling.
What is the difference? You said the delta would get added.
Yes.
Net delta.
Yes.
Which the net is diminishing as each second passes.
But now they're gonna come. Now that the luck is in their favor, they're gonna pull this. All right. All right.
Let the meter run. Don't even hit the green light yet.
You guys are.
I'm gonna go give him $100 to wait 20 minutes for it.
You guys are crazy.
We stopped in Cody on the way out of town and had a full tank of gas, but at that time we had essentially given away 27 minutes of our time advantage. Construction had taken about 18, 19 of it, and then we had given away 5 or 6 of it at the gas station. So we weren't feeling very good.
The pilot car comes and it's race on.
Light just turned green, 7:17 and 30 seconds.
Now it's a real race though. Like it's no punches pulled, like no holds barred. We're gonna go.
And this is where power matters. We've got the power and they don't.
Come on, baby.
Oh my gosh,
They can't even do it. They're just blocking us.
They can't do it.
There's no cars.
And it's on!
There's nobody else.
And now it's
Obviously,
real
gonna
racing
take
mode.
them.
Now we've got them in our sights. We've got them lined up. Pedal to the metal. Everybody going full tilt, redlining their cars, going uphill on this summit pass, and of course we take them. The Lexus is now in the lead. For the first time this entire race, we are now leading this race.
Let's go!
Our hearts are beating, they beat us one tonight. We step into the rhythm until we feel alive. Don't underestimate it. This feeling's too contagious. They're never gonna tame us. So let your spirit fly. Bring the house down.
This is the first time the whole race that we've seen the back of their car. Like we had not been in the rear of them for 1 second of the race. So this is the first time we're getting a view of the back of their car, and we're noticing that their driver rear tire is just a little off.
Something's wrong. We hear a sound, and I'm like, something's not right.
And then we get a little wobble. We start hearing some noise from one of the tires, and we're not sure which tire it is at first.
We come over this hill, and we're literally maybe 800 feet, 1,000 feet past the summit, and I see the lug nut fall off.
We drop. The tire's gone.
What just happened?
Did you guys see that happen?
Yeah. What was going on?
Laminating or something, but I think it just.
We're literally at the summit of Beartooth Pass, and our tire is going to Yellowstone.
This tire's not gonna stop. This thing is not gonna stop. And there's a huge cliff.
Every little bounce of that tire, we're wondering, is that the bounce where it goes off the cliff?
And it's completely gone from sight. I don't even see it. This tire is gone, and we don't have a spare.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Holy. Amazing.
How did this stop?
Just stop right here, because literally we are at the brink of this precipice. Like, this thing is about to go down another 2,000 feet.
If you throw that wheel down 1,000 times, 999 times it goes off that cliff. But today, it just happened to hit this one boulder.
30, 40 feet away from 1,000-foot drop off, this tire hits a rock, goes up in the air, catapults, and gets all sideways, and it finally lands sideways and comes to a complete stop. At that point, we said, all right, we will concede the race. The race is over.
I don't even think words were said. I think everybody just knew the race was over.
It became really clear to all of us, this is it. Like, this is where it was supposed to end.
He never said that, he never said that we secede. He never actually uttered the words we give up, but it was like this unsaid thing that we knew that the race was over.
I mean, there's just, you couldn't even write a better script.
It just was. It was meant to be. It wasn't meant to be for us, but it was meant to be for Team Subi this time around. The score is now 1-1, and that's why the tiebreaker is going to be so much sweeter when we get to year 3 of Mille Mille.
Here's the selfie. You know, the wheels came off when she...
Dude, you literally drove the wheels off your car, dude!
Excited to be talking to everybody today about the Mille Mille Fuel Economy Challenge. Next year's solar-powered cars should be really fucking cool.
We're gonna separate the wheat from the stock. The wheat from the, I don't know what they say. We're gonna separate the boys from the men. The smoke from the pancake. The bing from the bang. oh, you can imagine what it'd be like, but things will be separated next year, for sure.
And we're picturing them when they're little Flintstone Subaru, like, you know, doing their thing and, you know, probably eating organic granola bars, whatever. Yeah, so if we're asking about aha moments and lessons learned, it's that we gotta go faster.
We are the
Birkenstock.
no.
Hey Siri, call off my 3 o'clock.
Where's the rattle seem like it's coming from? Oh, it's
Lollapalooza?
no, it's the
Shaw carpet.
no, it's
He's out. Going across the rock out front. See him walking across?
Tell you what, why don't you take 5? I'm gonna come back and do this thing after you get it.
We don't usually get
I think your hat's on backwards too, Mac.
no, it's not.
I swear to God, if is, and I'm saying like, that should be like, you should get a time penalty just for wearing a cowboy hat backwards.
I'm not a real cowboy.
I'm not even a real cowboy, but I know that hat's backwards.
I'm not a real cowboy.
You found a lug nut.
We need to document this because it's Shane's first trip to an auto parts store.
What is this?
License plate, full send. We caught your asses, we were faster, we were better, you lucked out, and we'll see you next year. That's how I remember it. Did that not happen? Because that's how I remember it.